a.m. 2 notifications. Weather. 24 minutes ago. Weather. Notification.
Yo, what is up, everybody? It is Blind Metal Gamer here. Today, I am going to be presenting something a little bit different.
Show bookmarks.
Um,
At Safari. Active.
I'm going to be presenting the accessibility features for um, Star Wars Outlaws. So to begin, I am a white man with brown hair and brown eyes, wearing a camouflage shirt with no glasses. And today, I'm going to be using voiceover to narrate the Star Wars Outlaws accessibility features, and I'm going to discuss each one. I figured I would do this as opposed to screen sharing because I've not mastered that yet. So,
Star Wars Outlaws trademark accessibility spotlight. Heading level 1.
alright, here we go.
Star Wars Outlaws trademark accessibility spotlight. Heading level 1. Chastity Vicencio. Star Wars Outlaws. Link. Trademark is coming to Xbox Series X Vertical Line S, PS5, and PC via Ubisoft Connect on August 30th, or on August 27th for Ubisoft Plus Premium. Link. Subscribers and owners of the Gold Edition or Ultimate Edition, which you can pre-order now. Link.
Alright, so August 30th or 27th. So we're looking at the end of August. So for those of you who have not had time to really decide whether this game is going to be right for you, this should help with that. Again, as a newly blind gamer myself,
Screen dim.
yes, I'm of the blind gaming community now. I'm going to be open about it.
This open world. Star Wars. Trademark game lets you play as cunning scoundrel K-Vess, who, along with her loyal companion Nyx, becomes one of the galaxy's most wanted after a job gone wrong and must fight, steal, and outwit her way through the Outer Rim's criminal syndicates. The Star Wars Outlaws development team, led by Massive Entertainment Star in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, is providing a first look at some of the accessibility features that will be available to players.
Now, this isn't all of them. This is only a little pinch. So it should be enough to give us an idea here as to what we're going to get. Now, I will go on and be upfront with this. I have pre-ordered my copy. So, yes, I've got mine ready to go. So I'll be able to do a playthrough of it for you and
Screen dim.
give you my thoughts.
Undefined button. To find out more about accessibility in Star Wars Outlaws, link. We spoke with audio director Simon Caldry-Aptsev at Massive Entertainment, lead gameplay designer Frederick Thylander at Massive Entertainment, and presentation director Damien Belleville at Ubisoft on C. What was your approach to accessibility on Star Wars Outlaws? Damien Belleville. Star Wars is for everyone, so we tried to design the game in a way that as many people as possible can enjoy. From our experiences on previous games, we already had some clear goals from the very start of development, and were able to tie those in with the creative vision for the game. We built upon them through collaboration across disciplines, and by learning directly from players with disabilities through workshops, specialist external consultants, and user research.
Okay, so they did get disability feedback, which is awesome.
We worked to ensure that aspects of our gameplay, audio, visuals, and interface were as accessible as possible by default. But being a game with several overlapping gameplay styles and features, it was not always possible to come up with a one-size-fits-all solution. That's why, from the very beginning, we worked to include a lot of options for the player to tinker with, making sure that they can tailor the experience to their tastes or needs as much as possible.
Okay, that's good. Customizable options are great because, again, it's not a one-size-fits-all combo pack. It is very diverse, so they're covering that, which is awesome.
For example, based on your needs, or how immersive you like your games, you can edit the player guidance by putting markers in the world, in the compass, or a mix of both. If some gameplay beats require precise inputs and that's not your strong suit, no problem, you can tweak their difficulty and required precision, or turn them off altogether. If you're having trouble reading or navigating the world, you can recolor some textures or lights in game, Or you can enable configurable gameplay high contrast modes that allow players with a wide variety of visual impairments to enjoy the game. Our subtitling system is also something that we've put a lot of work into, and subtitles are on by default. But if there is some aspect of what is shown or how it's presented that you would like to customize, then you can do that too.
Now that's cool. I like that.
We really tried to cater to as many people as possible to ensure that players could enjoy Star Wars Outlaws in a way that's comfortable for them. UNSWO, Star Wars Outlaws Accessibility Spotlight, IMG1, Image. Audio descriptions for cinematics are a major accessibility feature in Star Wars Outlaws, providing narrated tracks to describe to the player what is happening in cinematics. Who is this feature intended for, and what was the production process like?
Now this has me intrigued. Just like with the Spider-Man 2, I really want to see how Ubisoft handles this. So I'll definitely be intrigued for that.
Simon Cowdrey Aptset. Audio descriptions for cinematics were identified as one of the most sought-after features during an accessibility workshop we had during development. Star Wars Outlaws will be the first Ubisoft game, and among the very first titles in the industry, to support this feature.
Okay, one of the first titles in this industry to support this feature. I would say the first was Spider-Man 2. So one of the first, yes, but not the first. That title goes to Spider-Man 2. But
Screen dim.
I'm not going to complain. I'm going to be equal and give it a shot.
Audio descriptions are an optional extra narration track describing what is happening visually on screen. It can easily be enabled in the audio settings menu, and the volume will be adjustable by the user. It can be used by a wide range of people, from situational reasons like not missing out on what's happening if you have to look away from the screen for a moment, to making it more accessible to people with low vision or people with some cognitive disabilities who may benefit from having the action described as well as shown. While the gameplay isn't fully accessible to people without sight, the audio descriptions may be useful to any blind players who are choosing to play with sighted assistance.
Okay, not fully accessible to people without sight. Now, I'm going to challenge that a little bit. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a way for that to be done.
The production process was essentially a very close collaboration with a company called Descriptive Video Works. They assisted us in casting a great voice actor, provided description scripts for us to review, and after approval, recorded the narration based on videos that we sent over. The production process was essentially a very close collaboration. Tell us more about the user interface in the game. How adjustable are the menus, font size, contrast, and other UI features? Damien Belleville. We tried to build the game with the least obtrusive UI possible. That being said, we didn't want that to happen at the detriment of accessibility. That's why, by default, the menu structure is built with a simple but deep hierarchy, allowing each screen to show just the right amount of information with clear purpose, making sure we don't have to write too many things in too small or too cluttered a manner. Our menu navigation is also based not just on color, but mostly on luminosity, so much so that you could even interact with and understand the menus if they were in black and white. Palette-wise, the colors we picked are accessible to common forms of color blindness by default. However, you also have access to a wide range of parameters and presets to make sure the game stays readable if you need to tweak it further to meet your needs. Regarding the HUD, you can opt in for stronger backgrounds behind elements to make sure you can get optimal contrast. You can also customize the layout and what appears. For instance, you can hide or show controller layout reminders, have a center screen dot, or have markers appear in world, on the compass, or a mix of both. There are also 3 sizes of text you can choose from, ranging from smaller fonts if you're playing very close to your screen, to huge ones if reading feels more comfortable that way. You can also swap the most decorative typeface to a super readable one if preferred.
Now, I like how you can put markers on the compass and in the world. That's actually pretty cool. What I'm wondering is if the mini narrator will read how far you are from your objective. If you mark, say, an event, will that mini narrator read that location distance as well? That's going to be interesting.
UNSWO, Star Wars Outlaws Accessibility Spotlight, IMG2, Image. Finally, let's talk about gameplay. Star Wars Outlaws features multiple forms of gameplay with different controls for exploration, stealth, combat, flying a ship, and riding a speeder. What assist features have you included that specifically address each of these types of gameplay? Frederick Thylander. We want Star Wars Outlaws to be an accessible and intuitive game across all the different types of adventures, vehicles, and experiences players will encounter across the Outer Rim. So ease of use and accessibility were at the forefront of all control layout decisions that we made. Firstly, for the speeder, we have made sure that the controls are intuitive for anyone who has played a driving game, with throttle and steering where you would expect them. On PC, we support both mouse and keyboard steering, or even switching to a controller when using the speeder. For space, we knew that the challenge was greater due to the freedom of movement, and our approach to making this as intuitive as possible was inspired by Star Wars films. Use a horizon. We always help orient the player to return to a comfortable upright direction, and don't require the separate use of yaw, pitch, and roll that one would find in a simulation. But rather let the players intuitively point the ship where they want it to go, and it will perform the actions on screen to achieve that. This means it plays very similarly to the boots on ground character controls. There are of course separate inputs available for manually rolling the ship should the player wish to do so. Likewise, players that want a more free-form flight experience can turn off the horizon auto alignment. On top of that, we have assists that help the speeder, K, and the ship avoid obstacles rather than get caught on them if they snag on objects they pass. List start.
Okay, that's something I'm looking forward to. Obstacle avoidance. That's going to be great.
Help steer the ship to stay on target in pursuit mode. Left trigger, when trying to shoot at enemy ships, while still requiring the player to adjust the targeting to ensure the blasters hit. Aim assist for the blaster on a controller. In fact, this feature also helps K stay on target when free firing, not aiming down sights, in a way that lets her fight in a more characteristic scoundrel run and gun style. List end.
Oh, nice. That's going to be cool.
So, all in all, we relied on intuitive and recognizable control schemes for different aspects of the game, which should make it as frictionless as possible for even novices to get used to speeder, ship and on-foot controls. For those that want to customize their experience further, we have options for that too.
Okay, very good. Deep customization. Perfect. That's awesome.
Accessibility features list. Visuals.
Okay, here we go.
High contrast settings. List start.
That's good. High contrast version. Awesome.
Remove all color from the background. Apply colors to important gameplay elements, e.g., alley, hostile aware/unaware, interactable, climbable surfaces, and with a choice of colors and transparency. Colorblind accessible. By design wherever possible. Visual intensity. Configurable through a range of settings, including screen shade, depth of field, motion blur, general, camera, and per object, and chromatic aberration.
Okay, that's awesome. I'm liking this so far.
View angle, fog. Configurable separately for default and while aiming. List end.
Now that I think is more for PC players. The field of view or FOV or FOB, as the screen reader reads it. But we'll see. I'm going to be playing this on PS5, and I will be streaming it live on the channel, so don't worry. I will be getting it day one, so we'll do a day one stream on that, depending on what day that comes out.
Audio. No audio reliance. List start.
Ooh, no audio reliance.
Important information is communicated by other channels in addition to sound. Subtitles. For dialogue and background chatter, with speaker names and optional directional arrows, and configurable size, background, and colors. Configurable dynamic range. For control over the volume difference between loudest and quietest sounds.
Okay, so that's going over like the volume differences and things. That's going to be good for people that need, for deaf and hard of hearing. It's good for, just overall in general. But we're going to move on to the next one here real quick.
Choice of audio channels.
Okay.
Stereo, 5.1, 7.1, 7, 1, 4. Support for Atmos overhead speakers.
Oh, wow.
Separate volume sliders. For master, music, effects, voice, cinematics, controller, and menu narration.
Now, I like how they have separate sliders for each of the things listed, because that's good. That's really going to be helpful for those that find the music distracting and things. That's really going to be a good accessibility thing right there as well.
Screen dip, dynamic audio mix. With rules to ensure there are not too many sounds playing at once. For example, by removing lower priority sounds from the mix when in cinematics or during dialogue, and enemy weapon sounds prioritized based on threat level, and audio level drop off for persistent sounds such as speeder and ship engines. Audio descriptions for cinematics. An optional narrated voiceover describing what is happening visually, English language only.
Now, okay. The audio description, which I'm looking forward to, and a lot of other blind folks are too, it's only going to be in English initially. Now, I'm hoping that they'll expand this to other languages, because that will reach out to more people.
Positional audio cues. An optional positional audio cues.
Okay, positional audio cues. Now this I'm looking forward to as well.
Showing the direction of nearby discovery opportunities, such as loot or side quests. List N.
Okay, that looks pretty cool.
Controls. Auto walk. List start.
Auto walk.
To keep moving forward until a button is pressed. PC supports. Keyboard and mouse.
Okay. Keyboard and mouse on PC. We'll have controller on PC and console. I'll be playing on console, so it's all good.
Controller. And virtual keyboard.
Virtual keyboard. Okay, that's the PC supports. Awesome. You got your options there, which is great.
Via windowed mode.
Windowed mode. Okay. Again, I'm not going to be doing this on PC. I'm going to fire this up on console and stream it for you guys.
Keyboard and mouse remapping. Controller presets. Sensitivity individually adjustable.
All right. You can adjust each sensitivity level, which is great. That's going to be awesome.
Across mouse. Controller. Camera look. With firing. Speeder. And shift.
Oh my God, there's a lot there.
Camera inversion. Across X and Y axis.
All right.
Configurable separately for on foot. Speeder. And shift.
So you can configure X and Y for foot, speeder, and ship. That is awesome.
Configurable dead zones.
Ooh, dead zones. Oh, let's see what's up here.
Both inner and outer for both sticks. Adaptive trigger intensity.
Now that's for the DualSense. Adaptive trigger intensity. That's going to be for DualSense only.
DualSense only.
Yep, I knew it.
Motion aiming. DualSense only.
That's
Aim using
DualSense.
the controller's gyroscope with settings for inversion, sensitivity, smoothing strength, and aim option to use roll for horizontal look. Auto align camera.
Auto align camera. That seems pretty cool.
To horizon and movement direction.
Okay. To horizon and movement direction. Let's see what's up.
Toggle sprint. Fine control over. Vibration strength. With sliders for each type of information, e.g., weapons, melee, nicks, damage.
Okay. So each vibration strength is going to be customizable. That is really cool.
Change holds to presses.
Change holds to presses. Okay, that's explanatory self there, but that's good because again, for those that need the press option, the options there, that's really, really good.
An overall setting that affects a wide range of gameplay holds. List N. Stealth and combat.
All right. Still the combat. Let's go.
Multiple difficulty presets. List start. With an extremely forgiving story setting. Individual difficulty settings. For enemy difficulty, player health, and wanted difficulty. Aim assist. Toggle. Strong by default. Option to hold rather than repeatedly press. To fire blaster. Different playstyles supported. Through unlockable blaster fire modes.
Unlockable blaster fire modes. That's going to be cool.
Adrenaline rush feature. To allow targeting of enemies with low precision and time pressure. Auto perfect reloading.
Okay, that's cool.
Option. Stealth assists.
Okay, stealth assist. Let's see what's up.
Threat sense. Awareness icons. And visualization of enemy footsteps. On by default but can be turned off. List N. Navigation and traversal. Fast travel. List start. Between discovered locations. Safe climbing. Not possible to accidentally fall.
Okay, safe climbing. That is cool.
Auto ledge grab. With no overly long distances to jump. Straightforward grappling. With large hit areas and auto dismount.
Okay, now that's going to be cool. I can't wait for that.
Auto eject avoidance and ledge guard. On foot and speeder. Health regeneration. For environmental speeder damage. In-world map markers. Can be toggled on permanently. List N. Space. Damage from colliding with objects. List start. Can be turned off. Stunts from ion weapons. Can be turned off. Self-riding. To automatically bring ship back to the horizon.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, those are some cool options there.
Incremental throttle. Tap up/down instead of holding. Choice between hold or toggle. For speed boost and shooting. Flexible combat style. Including strong aim assist and pursuit mode to adjust view and speed to follow targets. Motion sickness considerations. Through design of enemy maneuvers and speed adjustments. List N. Minigames. Bullet. List start. Individual difficulty settings.
Okay, mini games, individual difficulty settings. That's good because um, I'm sure these mini games are going to be pretty challenging by default. It's good to know you can customize their difficulties individually. Let's see what's they got here.
For the timing, precision, and level of visual assistance for each minigame, list N.
Okay, for the timing, precision, and level of visual assistance for each mini game. That's good right there.
Nix. Additional vocal and visual cues. List start. From Nix for nearby enemies, loot, etc.
Now that's going to be cool. Nix will give you vocal audio cues for enemies, loot, and things like that. So that'll be a good little navigational tool right there.
Nix orders. Allow automated interacting, pickpocketing, attacking, and picking up, including during stealth, through large low precision target areas. List N.
Oh, that'll be cool. Auto orders? Yes. That will be awesome.
Menus and hub. Accessibility presets. For finding and turning on common combinations of accessibility settings. Menu narration for menus and HUD. Including HUD readout of distance and compass direction to current objective with configurable speed, voice, volume, and which elements to read out.
Okay, that's what I'm interested
List
in.
presets.
Is the how it's going to read your distance to objective and all that. I'm looking forward to that, and I want to see if it's going to read other things. Like, let's say there's events or loot or side quests. It'll read if it'll read that information as far as distances as well. That will be good for navigational assistance right there.
To adjust the colors of interface and gameplay elements that use color, usually alongside other methods, to communicate information.
All right. So contrast information related to color. That's good.
Clear default fonts.
Clear default fonts. That's explanatory. Again, that's a good thing for those that's going to be able to use it. And that is great.
Larger and smaller text.
Okay, larger and smaller text. That's cool.
Options. Replace stylized titles with regular font.
Okay, so you can have a regular font versus the stylized font, which is great.
Increased contrast.
Increased contrast. Awesome.
Option. For higher contrast background and colors.
Okay.
Replace holds with tabs. Across the interface. Control reminders. Of some important controls directly on the HUD.
Oh, cool. Control reminders. Nice.
Configurable HUD. With control over how often elements are shown, whether to show compass, map orientation, center dot size, and whether to add a plain contrasting background behind all HUD elements. List N.
Oh, cool. They have plain contrast options. Nice. That's going to be cool too. Really be helpful for those that will be able to use it with vision, but for those that cannot have that don't have vision or don't have usable vision like me,
Screen dim.
the mini narrator is going to be my best friend in this situation.
Star Wars Outlaws, Link, is launching on Xbox Series X Vertical Line S, PS5, and PC via Ubisoft Connect on August 30th, and can be played up to 3 days early with a Ubisoft Plus Premium subscription, or by pre-ordering the Gold Edition or Ultimate Edition. Pre-order now, at the Ubisoft Store and Trailblazer. Plus access to an exclusive mission with Jabba the Hutt called Jabba's Gambit. For more on Star Wars Outlaws. Interview with the narrative director. Ubisoft Plus Premium at the Trail Plus Act Star Wars Outlaws. Interview with period Start. Development partners include toolbar tabs Star Wars close. Start page tab 1 of app switcher closing support 10 12 8 try.
All right, there it is. There's the Star Wars Outlaws accessibility spotlight. I wanted to read that or go over that with you today, and kind of now I want to give my final thoughts. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playing the game for you guys, streaming it, and all that good stuff. There's going to be another game I'm going to cover called Atomfall. Atomfall. I might cover it next time. I know I'm going solo today, so I apologize for this being kind of a short stream. I usually have my streaming partner, the lovely and vivacious Kyra Super Saiyan, with me, but today I'm flying solo because why not? So, I kind of didn't expect to do this today. I was actually gonna wait when I wanted to go on and get it done. So yeah, those are the Star Wars Outlaws accessibility features. I will be playing the game when I get the game when it releases. on August 30th for you guys, and then we'll go from there. So, with that being said, feel free to subscribe and give this video a like if this is for you, and if not, change that like to a big fat thumbs down. The decision is yours. So, until next time, I've been your host, Blind Metal Gamer, saying, as always, leave a comment down below and share this video with everyone you know. Until next time, so long everyone, and peace out.